Do you have all the things they say should make you happy, but you still feel unfulfilled? Are you always doing what you should do? Or do you never feel like you're enough? And you want to feel better, more fulfilled, more aligned, and more comfortable in your own body? Then this is the show. Scared as fuck and doing it anyway, showing up authentically. My name is Paula Schuster, and I'm a self-love and authenticity coach. My life completely changed when I started loving myself again, putting myself first, and being true to me. This is the show that's going to help you get out of being stuck, out of the cycles of self-abandonment, and help you choose yourself without feeling selfish. It will give you not only inspiration, but awareness, courage, and insights to make changes and live your life for you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Scared as Fuck and Doing It Anyway, Showing Up Authentically podcast. I'm your host, Paula Schuster, and today's episode is going to be another meditation episode. I've really been feeling the pull to put another meditation episode out there to support you, and this one is one of my favorites. I've done a similar meditation in my Cultivating Self-Love workshop and in my Sacred Sisterhood Circle group that I created. And I received really positive feedback on it, so I wanted to share it with you. I have changed it a bit from those other two sort of places where I've done it. And so this is brand new, and I'm excited to share it with you. And by the way, since I mentioned the Sacred Sisterhood Circle, I want to say just a little bit more about it. It's an incredible group of women that I gather with once a month that totally fills my heart and soul right up to the heavens. I love these women with all my heart, and they truly are my sacred group of sisters. If you're curious about what we do in the Sacred Sisterhood Circle, here's what I would say about it. It's a refuge for all of us. It's a place to have soul-nourishing conversations, a place where we come together to witness each other, celebrate each other, be there for each other, and just support each other. And it's a place where we can just be who we are. We don't have to prove ourselves or be impressive. We can just be ourselves. It's a place where we're just held by each other. We meditate together, we do rituals, we draw oracle cards. Sometimes we have food, sometimes we don't. We talk about what's on our heart, and that includes bragging about something that we have going on, not bragging to be boastful, but to celebrate each other, and really as a way to true up what is, because as women, what we do on the daily is epic and legendary and extraordinary. And bragging helps us sit in the essence of our power. And we need that to remind us of it. Or at least I believe that. We talk about what we're struggling with, and where we would like support from each other. So, we're coaching each other in that. And we allow each other to just get things off our chest too. So, things where maybe we don't want a response for what we're saying, or maybe we don't want help with it, but we just need to say it out loud so that it starts to lose its power. And there's transformation in that simple act alone. And we're usually expressing gratitude for things too, or doing things seasonally, depending on what's going on. We played a psychic game last time we were together, and that was super fun. We're developing our psychic senses, so we played this game to develop those, and we'll just add to and subtract from that as we want to, and do what we want. But it's a place for me, and I believe all of us, where we deepen our connection with each other, and that's really what I've been craving so much of lately. And so this Sacred Sisterhood just really does that for me. It really provides that deeper connection with other women for me, and I just love it so much. I really believe that it's so important for all of us to have these types of connections, especially women. So I just encourage you to find your tribe and connect in person if you can, because There's just something about the connection when a group of humans are physically together. At least for me, I just love and cherish it so much. And so I just encourage you to find yours. Also, before we get started, I wanted to invite you to check out my coaching packages. I help people who are struggling with feeling good about themselves and struggling to believe in themselves to turn that around and start feeling good about themselves and enjoy their lives. I work with people who are chronic people pleasers and trying to satisfy the expectations of everyone around them instead of following what they truly want and need. And I help them stop carrying more than what is theirs to carry, to set that down and start choosing what they want and what's in their heart. I've helped clients who are caught up in the busyness of life, checking all the boxes, doing all the things, to slow down, reprioritize, reconnect with themselves, find inner peace, and learn how to just be sometimes instead of always doing. And just as a short testimonial, one client told me that she had experienced better results and mindset shifts and feeling better about herself and her life in the 2 months that she had worked with me than in the 3 years that she spent in traditional therapy. So check me out. I'm here to show you what you have within you. I'm here to help you take your power back, reconnect with your authentic self, and follow what you know deep in your heart you're supposed to do, that you want to do. You know, sometimes this is life coaching, sometimes it's business coaching, sometimes it's self-love coaching, and sometimes it's mindset coaching. Whatever it is you need, whatever is most present for you is what we do. And I just have to say that coaching is really the most fulfilling role I've ever had. It's such a gift for me to help you see what you have within yourself, but you can't see for yourself. And the gift you're given is the gift of awareness and empowerment. It's just a beautiful thing. I love it so much. I'll be a good reflection and I'll give you perspective along with tools and practices to make sustainable changes. And, we'll do those things together, but I'm not here to give you answers. We'll brainstorm, we'll talk about options and, do what we need to do to help you recognize and bring out the answers that you already have within you. So you can find out more about my one-on-one guidance sessions at ReikiFlowMN.com. Okay, so here is a meditation gift for you. It's called Loving All the Parts of You. So if you can find a comfortable seat wherever you are and close your eyes. Obviously, if you're driving, you can't do that. So either just listen in or wait until you're somewhere where you can get comfortable with your eyes closed and tune in then. Okay, so let's close down our eyes and take a few deep breaths in and out. Intentionally focusing our breath and how our belly rises with our inhale and falls with our exhale. Feel your sits bones on your chair or wherever you're sitting. And notice how your body is fully supported and that there's safety in letting go. Take intentional deep breaths in and out through your nose. Maybe paying attention to the cool feeling you feel in your nostrils as you inhale deeply, holding your breath at the top of your inhale for just a second, and then exhaling slowly, making sure your exhale is just a little longer than your inhale, because that signals to our body and our nervous system that we're safe. And let's drop into the present moment, getting out of our heads and into our hearts. And put your focus on your heart center and feel your heart open and turn on. And you can just notice without judgment if your mind might be wandering, how it might be running a program or thinking about the past or thinking about the future. And let's just gently invite you here, right now. Take another deep breath in and out. And just notice how we can see so much further with our eyes closed than with our eyes open. And as soon as we close our eyes, there's just a relief of getting out of the trance of life to help you become more aware, to help you become more awake. We're going to have a very specific intention for this meditation today. It's an intention of integrity. It's an intention of wholeness. It's an intention of really fully integrating and coming home to our own self-agency, our independent ability to act on our own self-will, and an intention of coming home to our own self-love, which is what allows us to be so loving in this world and love others into life. Let's breathe into that intention. Take a few more deep breaths in and out, really with the intention of being wide awake and conscious of our thoughts toward ourselves, of loving ourselves. And with every exhale, releasing anything that's not serving us. And as you start to find your center, I want you to remember to call upon that part of you that is a witness to the experience that you're having, that is witnessing you sitting there in your room, in your chair, wherever you are. The part of you that is witnessing when you're afraid and when you are brave. There is a part of you that is a witness to all of that. Find that part. The part of you that is steady, calm, collected, and composed, and eternally bold, courageous, loving, gentle, and powerful, all at the same time. And this part of you has carried you through your darkest times. and all of the brightest ones too. Just find this part of you. And I want you to see if you can be a witness to your life for a moment. See if you can just witness all the different parts and pieces that have been part of your life, part of your personality, your experience, part of you. And just welcome them all. And if you were just going to have a cup of tea and welcome every part of you, every part of this personality, this person you've been to the table, what does that look like? I want you to picture yourself putting a chair at the table for every part. The parts that are brave, fearless, and authentic. The parts that are terrified, scared, and full of fear. The parts that tell the truth, and the parts that tell the lies. The parts that put on masks, and the parts that are genuine. The parts that beat yourself up with negative self-talk, and the parts that know that isn't you. The inner child that fully loves you deep down. The parts that judge others, knowing those are really judgments on yourself. And the parts that know you are one with others and connected with all living things, with everything. The parts that don't judge. The parts that are trying to prove your worth through achieving and accomplishments. And the parts that know you are inherently worthy for just being alive. The parts that are the good girl or good boy, that are trying to please everyone around you so that you can be loved and accepted. And the parts that know deep down that you are loved and accepted no matter what. That you are so precious. The parts that you abandon all the time by not choosing yourself. And the parts that you honor, that are sacred, and that you believe in. The parts that try to control everything to make things happen, and the parts that can trust and surrender to what is. The parts that sabotage and harm. The parts that create fearlessly and confidently. And you might see yourself at different ages or stages throughout your life. You might see the different parts of who you were or are with your parents, with your kids, with your significant other, friends, colleagues. The pieces of you when you were a little girl or boy. The pieces of you when you were young. when you were a teenager, the pieces of you from all throughout the years, all the pieces and parts of you. And I want you to set out a cup of tea and chair. And I want you to watch yourself as you welcome each of these pieces and parts to the same table. And can you, without judgment, just name them? Name each one? Can you welcome her or him? And just be with what is? Just observe them? All of these parts make you so beautiful, so human, so loving and lovable. It's magnificent, all of it. It's all so bold and beautiful. It's tragic and devastating and heartbreaking. Yet it's all so whole. It's complete and total, unbroken and undamaged, joyful and blissful in all its unabridged glory. And nothing needs to be judged, none of the parts. They just are what they are, who they are. And how does it feel to make space for them all? To make room for all of them? To accept all of them? All of you? And then there's this part of you that is really bigger than all of it. This is the part of you that really knows what it knows. The witness. Your higher self. And can you look at every one of those aspects? Those well-worn parts of you? And can you make eye contact with the part of you that's so terrified, so unworthy, so broken, so afraid? And can you just love those parts? And just make eye contact with every part of you at this table. Just as a loving witness. It's all welcome. It is what it is. They are who they are. No judgment. And when all these edges and textures and compositions and different colors, pieces and parts come together, they make it all so beautiful, so whole, so full, and so flawless. All of the contrast makes the lighter part so much more beautiful. And now I want you to picture yourself tucking all of these pieces and parts of you into your heart. Tuck them in and hold them tight. Put your hand over your heart. And you stand up from that table and you go take a walk. And there's just a newfound peace and acceptance. And so much love. I want you to breathe into this. Take a few more breaths. And when you're ready, open your eyes. I hope you enjoyed this meditation, and I hope you feel like you are one step closer to loving yourself and all the pieces and parts of you more. Feel free to listen anytime you wish. And my final message is to love all of you, because the whole of you is who got you here to where you are today, with all the messiness and all the mistakes. And all the perfection and all the flawlessness. Thank you for spending your time here with me. Remember to follow along on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening, because I have so many more amazing episodes coming up. And please follow, download, or subscribe. Or download, follow, or subscribe. That way you'll be notified when new episodes are available. I'm posting every week for sure on Thursdays, and more in between if I feel like sharing something extra like this meditation episode. And if you're liking the podcast and benefiting from it, please leave me a review, which you can do in Apple, and you can rate in Spotify. And if you know of anyone who would like this meditation episode or benefit from it, or any of my episodes, please send them a link, text them, post about it on your socials, and share it with them. You're always welcome to email me at paula@reikiflowmn.com with questions, things you want to hear about, things you want more of, things you're curious about, all of that stuff. Thank you again. I love you so much. It's crazy. Signing off with all my love, Paula.